Hey guys, welcome to Twin Flame Truth TV. I'm Elle, Twin Flame alchemist, writer, teacher, and coach. And today's episode is called Your Soul Knows. And what is meant by that? Well, I'm going to explain this by what it's not meant at first, because that's the whole point of duality opposites being here is to know what something's not in order to know what it is. And that fits for everything. And so that's how we're going to start this video. So you may have noticed, and it's totally common, so yes, you have noticed, that once you began your twin flame journey, you came searching for information, searching for knowledge and wisdom in your mind, trying to read up on everything you could find about twin flames, Googling twin flames all over the place. That's why you're watching this video right now, right? Finding things that people are saying about twin flames, to learn about twin flames in your mind, to make sense of it, to put it in some kind of logical or rational, setup in your mind, and make logical and rational sense of this journey and what's going on and what's happening. And mostly, ultimately, why? For what you can do about it, right? And that's perfect, that's great, that's how we're created. But remember, that quest for knowledge, anything with the mind, knowledge is mind, right? Mind knowledge, mental knowledge, knowing things, facts or information, or in the case of Twin Flame Journey, mostly misinformation and myths and unfacts. But all of that is that need to know more, to keep learning more about it, is your fear-based energy. Your fear-based energy controls your mind. And so, the whole thing that the fear-based energy is fearful of and fears is not being in control. You see, it's under this illusion that it is controlling everything. And of course, since it controls your mind, your mind thinks it's also controlling everything. So it thinks that the more information or knowledge that your mind can absorb, the more in control it could be, because the more your mind knows, the more in control you are of things, right? And its biggest fear is not being in control of things. Think about it. The number one fear of human beings is what? The fear of death and dying, right? Because what? They can't control that. Nobody can control that. When it happens, right? Of course, people are working, humans work to try to control that with curing diseases and all this other stuff. And that's perfect and fine. I mean, nothing wrong with that. But, it's just always about controlling. And for our purposes, we're just going to look at it in relating with other people. That's what I'm talking about with right now in this video, in the fear-based energy. And so your fear-based energy thinks it's controlling interactions and situations with other people. Regarding the twin flame and twin flame journey, it looks at the twin flame as another being and thinks it's controlling that situation. So it wants more information because it thinks the more information it has, the more power it has and the more control it has. Of course, that's all an illusion. Your soul is doing everything. It's orchestrating everything in your life, not just regarding the twin flame journey, but of course, especially it is your twin flame and your twin flame journey. But regarding everything and everyone else in your life, it is your soul is orchestrating everything. So your soul is in control. Your fear-based push energy and through your mind is under a false sense of control and security, thinking that it's controlling. That's all an illusion. That's why really none of us have much free will. Yes, we can intend things in our mind, but anyone who practices the law of attraction or tries to, on a regular basis and with some very specific things, you don't get 100% of the things that you're in the exact same way and detailed that you want. Not every single time, no one does. Why? Because your soul is, the ultimate say-so in what happens. And if you're trying to intentionally create something, which you can do as long as it's in the parameters of what your soul deems is in your highest good and has planned for you, right? But that's why some things don't work. You're not able to create some things and manifest them in your life intentionally. Not everything, because some of those things might be out of the realm of what your soul deems is for your highest good or has planned for you, or your soul has something else in mind. So it always comes down to your soul having the ultimate say so. You are your soul. Your soul is magnificent. It's omnipresent, it's limitless, it's boundless. And for you to, for your fear-based energy that's controlling your mind to want to know things and to try to plan things out and logically make sense of things, that's really limitation. That's your mind trying to put a spin on it or a bias on it or, judge something in the way that it thinks it needs to be judged. But, that's limitation because there's not one way for anything. There's not one right or wrong. That's not how the soul works. That's not how the universe works. That's not how source works. Everything and anything is possible. There's infinite number of possibilities. Anything is possible in the realm of your soul. Your soul's in the realm of magic and miracles. Your soul is who you are, who your twin flame is, who everyone is underneath it all. And so it's miraculous. And so anything can happen. That defies logic. It transcends rationality. So, your soul knows exactly already how to do this journey. Your soul knows how to get back to itself. Your soul is itself. Your soul is your twin flame. Your soul knows everything. And so when your fear-based energy has you coming in search for all this information, which is fine and perfect, that's what it's created to do, and under this false sense that the more you know, the more you're going to be in control, the more you're going to be able to figure it out, when there's not just one way to figure it out, there just is. It's just a resonance. Your soul knows, and how your soul knows is you resonate. It's called resonance. And it doesn't come in the mind. It comes with just a feeling, a knowing that defies even sometimes your mind and the logic, right? That's why so many people, you're here, your soul led you here, but yet because there's something different about this situation, about this being that, is your twin flame. You know it. There's something in you guiding you to know that this is something different. This is your twin flame. You're on this journey. Yet so many times your mind's going to come circle back around and be like, no, it doesn't make sense. It defies logic, right? Your mind's going to try to bring in the logic because it can't fit it in sometimes with how it thinks things should be or how it thinks it's possible for things to be. And yes, this journey defies logic, and that's perfectly fine. But of course, anything that defies logic, your mind doesn't like because it feels out of control. Because by knowing the logic, by thinking it knows, like it makes sense of things in your mind, that's how it thinks it's in control. It feels like it's in control in that way. And that's the same thing when we relate with other beings. So anyone outside of ourselves, when you're relating with anyone outside of yourself, you have both push, pull, fear-based energy. And you're usually predominantly one or the other when you're relating with others. And of course, this is all going down on a subconscious level. Like, no one knows they're doing this, but everyone is doing it. You whether on a twin flame journey or not, everyone, that's how we're created. We're relating with each other through push, pull, fear-based energy. And so for everyone outside of you, meaning not your soul, meaning not your twin flame, but everyone else, you have both push and pull, fear-based energy. And you can switch them up depending on the situation, not intentionally, this is just, it's happening. It switches up by either the situation, the person, what mood you're in, whatever. And that's fine. But you're usually predominantly one or the other. But when you're a push fear-based energy, you try to control. That energy is trying to control by focusing on that thing that is trying to control. Like get all information, pouncing on it, trying to grab at that thing or grab at that person, right? And trying to really get them to do something, right? That's how the push tries to control. The pull, though, when you're the pull, you are also trying to control, but you're trying to control more like pulling away. Trying to say you want someone to leave you alone or do something else. The pull energy will pull away, and not they don't try to control by getting on that person or that thing or that situation. They try to control by backing off. But that's still a form of trying to control, trying to get a reaction or a response out of the other person or out of the situation. And so it's manipulation. But I mean, that's fine. That's great. That's how fear-based energy works. That's how we're all created. No one's doing it intentionally. No one even knows this is going on, right? So, I mean, it's not anything that's negative or bad, or no one's mean or, you know, being manipulative on purpose or anything like that. That's just how we're created as human beings in this 3D physical world. Now, obviously, with your twin flame, that's not anything outside of you. Your soul is together a push and pull. And so you're one part of it, the push, and your twin flame's the pull. But you're never switching that back and forth. You're the push, you're the pull. But then when you relate with people outside of you, you and your twin flame, you're both either push-pull with the other people, right? That's just how it is. Anyway, so what I mean by your soul knows is it's a resonance, right? So it's like this knowing, but not in your mind. It's not like you need to go get validation or proof or facts or information or learn all this other stuff, right? It's just this knowing, this feeling, and you just know it. You just somehow know it. But then in comes your mind via your fear-based energy and tries to like make all sense of it and muddle it all up and get a hit off of it, because why? As soon as it makes sense of something, it thinks it feels in control. And so that's feeding the fear-based push energy, right? And you know, really the whole point, what balancing is, what aligning is, what moving through this journey is it's really the unlearning of what you have learned, or you think you've learned, or you think you know in your mind. That's what it really is. It's unlearning. Like Rumi said, it's not your task to seek for love. It's to find all the barriers that you have built within yourself and remove them, or something like that. That's not, I paraphrase, but you know, it's basically that. And that's what it means. Find the barriers within yourself that you have built against love. And so that would be the mind, because the mind, the fear-based energy, is the opposite of love, because it's fear. And you find that and you remove those barriers that, you know, your mind is collecting and trying to use to feel like it's in control, even though it's never in control and it's just one big illusion. Removing those barriers, what you think knowledge is about this journey, at least, not about everything, but about this journey, for our purposes, you know, that's how you're going to find love, because you already are love. Your soul knows love. Your soul is love. Your soul already knows it. There's nothing to learn. It's all about removing the barriers, removing what your mind and your fear-based energy thinks it already knows and thinks it's learning. If that resonates. So I hope that resonates, and I hope you get some kind of new perspective and new resonance, level of resonance and shifts from watching this video. Thanks for watching. Have a great week, everyone, and lots of love.